So what you do, how many of you, when you write out a percent, write it as a fraction? So 74.0 would be 74 over 100. How many of you write it like that? How many of you just write 0.74? So if only one of you put up your hands, what did the other 24 of you do? Because there's only two ways to do it.
Can you repeat the question?
When you write percent, do you write 74.0 over 100? Or do you do it already and do 0.74?
74.0.
I know.
So, show of hands, how many people will write it like that? Show of hands, how many people will write it like that?
It's just
All right. Okay. I'm going to write it one way. You write it whichever way you want. Okay? If you want this one, write that one when I say percent. The rest of you, do it like that. But make sure you do it one of the two ways.
So the way with like if you just write like 74.0% with the percent sign, that's wrong.
Well, you could, but what if you don't do it properly in the calculator? That's all I'm worried about.
Okay.
But it already gave us the percent.
I know, I'm asking you how you write it.
No, it's just how you write it as like a person.
That's it. It's not.
I know.
Okay. All right. Well, 74% of our compound is just carbon. So 74% of the entire molar mass is just carbon. So, can somebody tell me what that value is, please? Anke?
14.116 grams.
Beautiful. I love the fact that you're giving me a few extra sig figs. Thank you. All right, and 17.3% of 162.26 grams per mole is, Anke?
28.070. So 71.
071, okay, grams per mole. So now we know the portion of the molar mass that is strictly that element. Now divide by the molar mass of that element and it will tell you the number of atoms of that element in your compound. So if I divide this by 12.01, what do you think you're going to get? 120 divided by 12. 10. So our compound will have 10 carbons. What is 14.116 divided by 1.01? 14. And the last one was nitrogen, so divide by 14.01. And that's 2. We don't even need calculators. Look at that for this part. Okay. That gives you the subscripts for those elements in the molecular formula. So, our molecular formula is C10H14N2. Reduce that and you've got your empirical formula. ANCAP?
C5879.
Yeah. So this is an alternative way to do these questions. You don't have to worry about rounding off a fraction because you're going to have to round these off to the nearest whole number. This is going to give you the actual formula, so they will be whole numbers. So this gives you the molecular formula. Reduce it, you've got your empirical formula. It was the opposite way with the method we did yesterday. We found our empirical formula, and then we did molecular formula. You're going to find that this goes a lot faster. Okay? Which method you choose is up to you, but this will only work if you're given a molar mass. So you have to be finding empirical and molecular formula. This will not work if you just ask for the empirical formula. Okay? So